Hi everyone, this is a video demonstration to show a remodel of the sliding mechanism idea that we actually had for single operator transfer aid. So here we have the patient. Here's our older idea where there was the sling attached to the rod on the headboard of the bed. So as usual, we're gonna have the sling come underneath of the patient. I'm holding them like this just because this is a model, but in actuality, if the patient can help, they can also help bring it along, as there are some patients that are able to help, and if they're not, then they would need the stick would have to be pulled underneath. After this is done, the stick would be taken off and put to the side. And after this, currently what we have right now is that the sling would wrap around the body of the patient, attached to the overhead lift and lift them up, but that still requires two people. So the remodel, what we have is very similar to a drawer type of mechanism, so as shown over here. Pretty much this is how it works. A drawer would come out, a drawer would slide back in. In an industrial application, basically it would be right underneath, stops like that. The legs would be on top of here, so we're going to pretend that there's a platform on top of here. The legs would be put out and it would slide out. The legs would be put on and transferred onto the wheelchair and then pushed back in. For the sake of this, we're going to use this where the platform comes out, and because I only have one hand over here, we're going to pretend that the patient is on the sling. Their legs will be put over here and they're going to be moved horizontally. As the platform moves horizontally, the patient's legs will also be moving horizontally. One of the healthcare workers will be holding them from the back as the original process, and once it's moved, they will be transferred directly onto the wheelchair over here. Now, this is a little different because our platforms are bigger and the patient is much smaller, but in actuality, the height of the bed and the height of the wheelchair is around the same, so the platform coming out would also be around the same, and then the patient's leg and the patient's body wouldn't require too much effort and movement to be transferred onto the wheelchair. And to go back onto the actual bed, the patient would have their sling again. The platform would come out horizontally. Once the sling is put on, their legs would be placed on top and they would slide back onto the bed, and then the sling would be taken out again. And that is the revised process.